Welcome to the Buss Earz Podcast, where the voice is loud and the reasoning is raw. People, this is episode 20. I'm end up reach 20,000 followers. Now, thanks for everybody who have been a watch this. Everybody who have been subscribe and a comment, and me appreciate the love. Now me have the podcast available on Apple Podcasts. Now it's available on Spotify, Amazon. So if you don't have time for watch a video, you can listen to it. So now me learn how to put it in the banner below. So I suppose they can see all of my socials and everything, because learn me I learn, and me I get better and better as me go along. Shout out to Roy Bling again for help me with all of them thing here. So me thankful for the viewers. Me have my first video where I got 30,000 views, and me like the feedback what me I get. So me I go get into the actual topic now, because the talking can't bother with the bag of talking. If you don't realize me not black. The reason why I mean I'm black, me not really am mourn, but today make 10 years since I was in a motorcycle accident with my uncle, in which my uncle died. I survived miraculously. I was a pillion. I was on the back of the bike. We were coming from TGI, and the bike just crashed, and him lose him life. That is something that changed my life forever. Changed my goals, changed my morals. It made me realize the importance of somebody. Also, it made me realize the importance of losing somebody. How much that can change your family dynamics. How much it can change you for the good or for the bad, to be honest. So rest in peace, Clive Nashavi. I was 16 years old. He was 24 years old. This is actually the most important and the most influential man in my life. I find myself gravitate to things where him like. My uncle didn't want to be an artist. My uncle was an aspiring actor. And a lot of his norms and values and him mannerisms and how him laugh, how him smile, how him get people they attracted around him is me. I never do it on purpose, but when you look up to somebody, that are the person where you eventually are gonna be like. So yeah, I miss my uncle. And 10 years. Because I'm at 26 now. 10 years. Yeah. Rest in peace, my G. Yeah, if you don't want to know, the tattoo what up on my chest, yeah. Big up yourself, Nash. So, on the 24th, on the 25th, I come out of my house. I stay inside. When me younger, it used to be like a fear. I'm afraid so I go dead. So come around this time of the year, I just never really leave my house. This is like my nothing day. Nobody can get me to leave my house upon that day here. Especially around them time of night, yeah. Them time of night, the accident did happen, so kind of just, lock in and all our mates. But enough for that. I don't really want, dwell upon that much. The topic today is education versus talent and skill. When we say education versus talent and skill, I am not saying that education is a bad thing. Education is very important. That is actually a right. Everybody has a right to education. Not everybody get it. But the reason why I chose to talk about this topic is because honestly, education is the key, but the key to what specifically? I would say education can account for 40% of anything that I've ever been successful in. And the reason why I say that is because education teaches you critical thinking, problem solving. But it is important to know about to what level Like, for instance, I have this piece of paper. From I have this, my degree get awarded in a 2019. I have never used it. Like, I don't use it. Could I have gotten a job with it? Yes, but it probably gonna get me so much and no more. Like I remember when I used to go to school and me used to like in a class, I look on the teacher them. I say, Jano, was this what they really wanted to do? Because teachers are very important now. But anybody out there that have a skill, don't let people talk you down out of your skill. And I just want parents, if you have a child right now, if you are listening right now, I go through any struggle with school or whatever. If you not do what you love, it take harder for you to achieve wealth out of it. Depending on what your end goal is. Now, education is important, super important. But networking is almost up there because I went to Youre for 3.5 years. The friends that I made at Youre are the individual in which I circulate myself around while at Youre has been more valuable to me than the degree that I received. So your networking is very important. And you're going to notice that throughout getting educated. So get around the things you love. Surround yourself around the people that you love. And don't let people think that a talent or a skill is not just as important and doesn't need as much nurturing and caring as education. Because your talent will get you rich way faster. And your talent is something that you love or a skill. Because masons, carpenters, foremans, these guys make a lot of money. Barbers, a barber make a lot of money, And these are sometimes traditions in which people would look down on or think dirty. So you girl out there, if what you love doing is hair or nails, take the time out to perfect your skill in hair and nails. Develop your clientele in your hair or with your nails, because that can get you to the same place, if not further, than going all the way where education is concerned. Like, the Jamaica have what, CXC. Then after CXC you have Cape. Then after Cape you have university. Then you might have to do a master's. Then you might have to do a doctorate. Like, by you're fully educated, you're in your 20s. When, if you did that do what you love, you probably would have owned a store. And you would have learned daily things where you're not going to learn at school. So anybody out there, we're at a crossroad right now between them education and them talent, always try to balance it. While I was going to school, I think what took the most hit from me was my comedic side, in which, me making videos on Instagram. But when I went to Youre, I did kind of put it on the back burner. But while going to Youre, I was active in everything, because at the end of the day, I am doing things that make me happy and I want to make money. So I was involved in keeping parties. I was trying any little thing to hustle while I am in school. I tried to make use of the environment that I was in while attending Youre. Because I used to say, if 15 or 16,000 people live on campus, if I can get $1,000 from 600 of them, that is 600,000. So if I can get $1,000 from 100 of them, that's 100,000. So that has always been my mindset. I wasn't good at math, but I know how to deal with money. So not because a man is more educated than you mean he will survive outside of the life of the realm of education. Because education don't teach you how to be street smart. And honestly, education don't really teach you how to make money on your own. And when I say that, it just adds you to the system of working for someone to pay your bills, to live. That is important, because some people, that is all they can do. Some people want to work for people for the rest of their life. Or some people get joy out of that. So I cannot bash anyone. I think education should be mandatory. But I think, bro, if you have a skill and you like doing that skill, it is better to go to Heart or whichever school which is helping you to better that skill that you have. Because your skill might, or more than likely, is going to get you into wealth. Brethren, if you like keep party, learn more about the party thing. If you like do hair, learn more about the hair. If you're a barber, learn off the barber. If you can run, if you can play football, put yourself in the environment in which that can get the best out of you. It will be mandatory for all my children to get fully educated. And when I say that it's fair plan B. But if I have a son or a daughter and him say he want to be a doctor, by all means he's going to be a doctor. As long as him put his mind to it. But if I have a son that say, yo, daddy, say, honestly, I like the barbering, I'm going to be like, okay, what level of the barbering you want to be? Is it one day where you're going to take it to a point where one day you're going to own your own barber shop? Or, me like play football. Me like track and field. Like, what you want to do will eventually you're going to earn from it, Like it or not, So, don't necessarily look down on certain professions, because skilled laborers are always needed. Always. I am sure there is a surplus of people with degrees in Jamaica right now. Like a marketing degree. I don't have a marketing degree, but I know how to market myself. I know how to manage a brand, because I learned that eventually on my own. So, is when you like something where you do, you are going to be good at it. The man that plan events, a social media manager, these are new professions that people are flourishing in. These are good paying jobs. The man where keep a party, the brother where you look down pan where him keep dance. A man where keep dance. You know how many professions that man is doing at once? That man is an event planner. Because he have to plan the event. He have to think about the days of the week when he go plan it. He have to check if rain go fall, which other event I keep on that day. He have to think about the price of the venue, how much people he might expect. He have to think about if he want have food. He have to think about security, because he need the people them safety. He have to be a boss, because he have to appoint everybody to a specific role. He have to think about costs. He have to know the market, the people them where might try attract to the event. You know how much that encompass? You know how much work that? And at the end of the day, it might end up make $1 million. And if him have an event where him a try pull people every month, he might make $1 million a month. I don't know no teacher that is making $1 million a month, you know. Doctors might make that, but doctors make that when them all. But if that is what you want to be, that is great. But I am just imploring everybody out there that if you're at a crossroads right now, I'm not telling you to necessarily make a decision, but do not look past certain professions. Like a man who owns 3 coasters, you feeling broke? You think the doctor upon the coaster, the driver of the coaster, the man who drive a taxi car, you think as look down on the profession as people might, they are making money. Now, maybe if they were educated to some point, which is some of them, if some of them were educated to a point, they would have learned to manage their money better because they are dealing with cash every day. What's the difference between a bank teller and a taxi driver? Because a taxi driver, at the end of the day, he must learn how to deal with customers. He's dealing with cash every day. And if we're going to be honest, he might be making more money. He might be less professional, or he might look less professional, but he might be making more money. And the reason why I say that is because if your car seats 5 people and you drive for, say you drive 10 hours for the day, and it's 30 minutes to and from, so that's a trip. Say 4 person during the trip, so you're making $400 a trip, $100 for the taxi fare, $400 a trip, and sometimes somebody come in and somebody come out, so roughly $500. So 500 go, 500 come, that's $1,000, that's 1 hour. So he's making 10 grand a day. 10 grand a day for 5 days, that's $50,000. And every taxi does 6 and 7 days. So if he works for 5 days, that's $50,000 a week. Times that by 4, that's $200,000 a month. An entry-level bank teller is not making $200,000 a month. So you tell me which profession you would choose and which one you would be comfortable doing. So I would tell you, prioritize what you love and be consistent with it. I am doing social media. I'm acting. I try to make money whichever way I can. And have I ever applied and be like, hi, I'm Dale, I have a degree in so and so? No, I have never done that. Will I ever do that? No, but at least I can fall back on it. But we need to be honest, a lot of the degrees that people are getting are useless. There is nothing you can do. I am going to, so when I was at school, my degree is international relations. The reason why I did international relations was because all of my friends were parring at Juicy Beef. And I wanted to do integrated marketing, and it was just too far. Somebody just didn't want their own, my friend them. That is why I do IR. I don't think I'll ever use that degree. I still cannot honestly tell somebody that, okay, this is what I can do with my degree. I cannot do that. No, everybody is not the same, and somebody out there may be using it for something, but I trust in my talent and my common sense, because education don't teach common sense. Your environment, your level of discipline, your talent that God gives you is very, very important. And that is what you should prioritize. And I sometimes blame the parents and blame the society for instilling in our minds that we have to. When I was younger, I felt like if I fail GSAT, my life done. And then me feel like if me fail CXC, my life done. Like nothing will come of me in life. It is officially over. I am nothing. Then there was CAPE. Then there is Youre. And then you go Youre and it's like, oh, the tuition is $300,000 a year. And every time you fail one, you pay another $27,000 to do over the credits. And you need this amount of credit to graduate, and tutorials and lectures and all of this. It is always this fallacy that your life depends on this right now. So you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, then it gets to millions of dollars. My degree roughly costed me about more than $1 million just for me to say I have it. Now there are exceptions which people that really use it, but the world is different now. And I think millennials and people, Gen Z, the generation after me, need to realize that there are a lot of things that you can do. And college is very important, but you should make use of that little window of opportunity you have while being in college. So don't just go there and get the degree. Go there and make the friends. Go there and do the sports that you like to do, because a lot of times sports is what enable people to even afford to go to college. So, brethren, if you is a baller, don't stop play ball and prioritize school over the ball game. If you really love it, at least try balance it. Can you imagine if Kevin Hart did look upon him? Can you imagine if Kevin Hart did say, yeah man, say I did want to be a physician and that is what me I go do. You think Kevin Hart would have the money we him have now if him did go down like that route? It's choices, and everybody not have the same level of talent. Everybody not have the same level of drive. Honestly, some people born for work for people. But that work can be a skill. That work doesn't necessarily have to be this piece of paper, this gratification that people get from the piece of paper. I remember friends that were like great at like football or great at track and field, and his mother used to be like, oh no, him need to stay inside and study him book. Why can't he do both? Why not the both of them? That's why I am so happy that I went to an all-boys school, which is Kingston College, greatest institution ever. But Kingston College help you to nurture whichever part of life you feel like you want to go. So if you're a track and field person, you can do track and field and you can still do schoolwork. It got to be both of them. People need to be in an environment where they can do what they love. So, brethren, if you go Youre and you find out so you can line up here and go Youre. Because it better your own things. And I have not proven it fully, but whatever you love is what will lead you to the wealth, as long as you are disciplined in doing it. Reason why I say this is if you stop thinking like a consumer and think like a manufacturer or somebody that comes up with a service. If you can start providing a service or manufacturing something, you have now come out of the mindset where your life is like hourly, or I have to go to work. Because at the end of the day, if you are working at an office, no matter how hard you work or how early you get to work in the morning, as hard as you work, your pay is the same every month. Now, you can do that for a time, but don't give up on something that you love. That is all I am saying. Be steadfast. So if you want to if you're working, you go to work. But at the end of the day, find a side hustle. Find something that is going to make you some money on the side, because some of the time the side hustle is going to eventually be more than the actual job you're doing. So come up with a service. If you can cook, sell box food. But some people run away from the managing aspect of things. They don't want to take on the challenge. Some people don't like to fail. Some people just, because if we are going to be honest, some people just like, when people get successful, nobody know about it. Nobody see the hard work that people put in behind the scenes at that. And then some people, because some people talk down on you like give up quick. Quick example. Me have 449,000 followers per Instagram. And me I do that podcast here for almost 2 months now. Are the hardest thing for get them for subscribe, But eventually when them start see people watch it, them are gonna come. When somebody said to me the other day, may I promote this on my Instagram the other day, and somebody comment and say, "Oh yeah, beg with subscribe so much. Awa, you broke?" Yo, that the person say no. Why are you begging me to subscribe? Awa, you broke? A mindset like that now tell me that person broke like Buckley now, and wherever that person there, them going to stay there, because them not try nothing. So basically, it's like me did for stay upon Instagram every day and get joke and be the loud person where, people find annoying sometimes. Yo, that you always loud, blah, blah, blah. And then when me sit back and me think and me try figure out my niche, the type of conversations when I want to hold, the people them when I want to follow me, it is way easier for me to sit and reason with somebody or reason with, for 50 minutes to an hour. Because that means if I can get the attention from 10,000 people for 30 minutes, that means way more to me than getting the attention of 2 million people for 10 seconds. Because that, like, you don't know me. You don't know the kind of meds I'm hold. You know nothing about me. I am just seen as the funny guy. So if that person they believe, say, yo, what you say? Yeah man, awa, you broke? Yeah, beg for subscribe. So awa, you broke? Madness. So there will always be people like that out there will discourage you when you chase your dream. My grandmother used to tell me, say, stop make up noise in our house. Me have to stop my car because me have to use my environment, because that me get my comedy from. And eventually nobody believe in you till it start work. But you have to make strides to nurture the talent that you have. So if you choose the skill that you want, you need to be actively learning that skill and trying to get better and better. Just like the podcast. If you watch the previous episodes, the audio was off. Maybe the camera wasn't as good. Maybe the delivery of the podcast wasn't as good. The lighting, I had to learn how to do these things. So, brother, if you line up here, my G, just learn how to line up here sick and then make the experience of you lining up the hair different. Then you can charge people more. There is a lot of professions in the world. It is time now for us to stop thinking as consumers. But at the end of the day, if everybody is if everybody is a manufacturer, nobody is there to consume the content. So a very few will slip through the cracks and achieve what they want to. But determination, even when you don't want to do it, you have to do it. That is where I gotta separate you from somebody that did just go get an education and relax and say this is it. So may I implore parents out there, take time with your youth. If your sister, your youth, love something, don't take it from him and give him the book. The book important, and yeah, education is the key, but education is the best plan B a man can ever have. The best plan B. Because I don't know of them millionaire, them billionaire, yeah. I don't know of them in a college, but I know them are higher people. You just have to, when you're smart enough, you have to use your environment to your advantage. And you have to probably, if you have to manipulate people, you just have to just do it. If you have to use people, you have to just do it. But get yourself in environments where you can flourish. So while you're there at university, yeah man, find a friend who want to be a doctor. Par with him, Get in him circle. Find the lawyer friend, Find the engineer friend. Whichever way you study. And if you realize, them might enjoy themselves too. When me did the Youre, the doctor, them and the they were having fun. They were going out and, they wanted to do what they were doing. And the friends that I had that were being forced to go to med school and forced to do law, none of them have graduated. All of them has given up. If you're not doing what you love, you won't be successful in it. And that is just facts. So in my instance, I am doing entertainment because that is what has worked for me. I used to play football. I used to do track and field. It got me to a point. But what I have always managed to do was to make people laugh. And I always believe the voice that I have, I can get people to listen to me. So I use that. So education is very important. I'm going to always repeat that. Education is very important. But do not fully choose education and then completely ignore a talent or a skill that you have. Because, trust me, your skill is probably what is going to pay you. I don't know how good Mike Tyson can read. I don't know if you're an artist, brother. Artists make money. If a music you like, do your music. Not necessarily make nobody tell you, say, yo, you can't do something. Choose the career path where you want to do. And if you are going to do full-blown education, don't go do a degree where you might not need, if that is your only way out. Because you are making it even harder for yourself. There are people, if you do simple maths, there are people out there who are making a lot of money doing simple stuff. When I say simple stuff, as in everybody like to party. A man who keep a party once a week is making a decent amount of money, Down to the man that is parking the car them and make money, If I have a parking lot and I park 200 cars in the parking lot and I charge $20 to park. 20 times 200. Not at 20 times 10 would that be 2,000. 20 times $4,000. $4,000 that 4,000 US. As me said, the man where park the car, them a make money. The man where jerk the chicken, I make money. Because if 100 people buy a chicken from him for $500, 500 times $100 is how much? That's 5,000. A whole heap of money that. And say 600, 700 people there at the party. And he might do that 3-4 times for the night. So don't look at certain professions like say it not profitable. That is all me I say to you. Prioritize your talent. And don't just be like, oh yeah, education is the key and that is the way out. Knowledge is the key. Not necessarily education. Knowledge. When you learn something, if you can apply it in real life, when you get yourself in a circle and you see what you want in a life and how you can make income from it, you are going to be way better than the man that chooses to slave himself every day and go to work 9 o'clock and come home at 5 o'clock or work over 5 o'clock. A lot of those people are miserable. If you don't love what you do, I don't care who you are going to be very miserable. I cannot afford to be miserable my whole life. So I rather do things that I love. And if I cannot afford to do things that I love, I will go get a job and work for a time or try to balance it. But the moment I can leave and go and chase the dream that I have, I am gone. Sorry. Prioritize your talent. Prioritize certain skill. Virgin, if a construction you want to do, go on the site, go learn. Because you have enough man right now where they are school for construction and don't know nothing. Them can't mix malt, them don't know nothing. Go up on a site, go learn, hands on. Your hand and your foot, the sweat of your brow, you shall make bread. Some people just want. Can you imagine you go to school, go learn, and you spend how much money to be like a receptionist? No, nothing is wrong with being a receptionist, but you are literally going to sit and do nothing. You spend all this money to go to school to just dress up nice so that you can sit in AC and do nothing. Hi, sir. Sign your name on that book there. That is nothing. Tell me the lady where sell some bag juice on the side of this. You tell me she can do that? There are a lot of occupations out there that are way more intensive and take way more sense than the average human have. So I think to get your education and then to not apply it to something you love, that is madness. Sorry. Education are the key, but are your talent and them thing that go open it? Are the key to what? Education are the key to probably capitalism. I don't know, but me not go depend on the consumer side of things forever. Sorry. No matter where you use a consumer, but you have to provide something. If I can provide something, barter system, cash system, me receiving money for what I am doing and I am not bound by somebody's time or I am going that direction. So, thank you, everybody. All of my new subscribers, them. I know sometimes it's kind of shocking to know the reasoning them when I hold, but respect me available now on all platforms: Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify. Download them, like them, listen to my reason. Anybody who can't watch it, no one can listen it. Respect to everybody. I'm out.